Hello everyone. So welcome to fourth lecture in this first module of discrete mathematics. Today I'm going to introduce this order isomorphism in partially ordered sets and the duality principle. So let us begin. So whenever two cosets are order isomorphic, they can be considered to be essentially the same in the sense that either of the order can be obtained from the other just by renaming of the elements of the coset. So when we are saying that they are isomorphic or either order isomorphic, that means we are considering them to be same, essentially the same. So let us see this. So P and Q are order isomorphic. You have two cosets P and Q. Then P and Q are order isomorphic and written like this. This is the notation. If there exists a map phi from P onto Q such that x is less than equal to y in P, if and only if phi x is less than equal to phi y in Q. So this is the relation in P and this is the relation in Q. So we can also write it like less than equal to P if I want to just specify that this is the relation in P. Write a P in the subscript and here write a Q in the subscript. But because there is no confusion in the relation, so we usually write the same notation on both the sides. So this relation is denoted by the same symbol on both the sides. So when do we say that two cosets are order isomorphic? We say that P and Q are order isomorphic if there exists a map phi from P onto Q such that x is related to y in P if and only if the image of x, phi x, is related to image of y, that is phi y in Q. Then phi is called order isomorphism and P and Q are called isomorphic or order isomorphic. So this relation of isomorphism is an equivalence relation. You can check that it satisfies all the properties of equivalence relation. And because we are saying that this relation is from P onto P, that means this relation is bijective relation 1, 1 and 2. And from here you can easily verify that this relation is 1, 1 and 2 or bijective. Phi x is equal to phi y if and only if phi x is less than equal to phi y and phi y is less than equal to phi x. This we are writing because phi x and phi y, they are elements of Q and Q is a partially ordered set. So their antisymmetry holds. That is why we are writing this. So phi x is equal to phi y if and only if phi x is less than equal to phi y and phi y less than equal to phi x. And this if and only if x is less than equal to y and y is less than equal to x. If and only if x equal to y. So phi x equal to phi y implies x equal to y and x equal to y implies phi x is equal to phi. So from here it is visible that this relation phi is a bijective map. So like I was saying that we can write P in the subscript if talking about the relation in the coset P. So in that sense this definition is given. So formally given two cosets P less than equal to P and Q less than equal to Q and order isomorphism from P to Q. So you are given two cosets P and Q with these relations and uh, then an order isomorphism from P to Q is a bijective function from P to Q with the property that for every x and y in P, x less than equal to y if and only if fx is less than equal to fy. So the relation here, it is in Q and this relation is in P. And if there is no confusion, we can use less than equal to relation for both the cosets P and Q like we have seen in the previous slide. So being a bijection and order isomorphism phi from P to Q has a well-defined inverse. So if a map is 1, 1 on 2, then its inverse is also well-defined and that is also 1, 1 on 2. So phi inverse is also an order isomorphism. Let us see this lemma here. Let P and Q be finite ordered sets and let phi from P to Q be a bijective map. Then the following conditions are equivalent. So these statements are: number one, phi is an order isomorphism. Number two, x less than y in P if and only if phi x less than phi y in Q, and x covered by y in P if and only if phi x covered by phi y in Q. We have already seen that there is a difference in this relation x less than y and this relation x covered by y in our previous lecture. So we have to prove that these three statements are equivalent. What is given? You are given with two posets P and Q, finite ordered posets, and phi is a map, a 1-1-2 map, a bijective map from P to Q. Then we have to just prove that 1 implies 2, 2 implies 3, and 3 implies 1. So first we are going to show that 1 implies 2. That is, we will suppose that phi is an order isomorphism, and we are going to show that x is related to y in P if and only if phi x is related to phi y in Q. So let us see the proof. Basically, from the definition of order isomorphism, you already know that a map, bijective map, phi from P to Q is order isomorphism if and only if this relation holds x is related to y in P, if and only if fx is related to fy in Q. So 1 implies 2 from the definition of order isomorphism itself. So there is nothing to do in this 1 implies 2. So it is from the definition of order isomorphism. So second thing is second implies 3. Second statement implies third statement. So suppose that second is true, then we are going to prove third. So let in third statement, what you have to suppose that x is covered by y in P, and then prove that phi x is covered by phi y in Q, and conversely. So let x is covered by y in P. So x is covered by y in P, then obviously x is less than y in P, because when we are say that x is covered by y, that means there is no other element between x and y, and y are related. So this implies that x is related to y, or x is less than y in P. This implies that phi x, this implies that phi x is less than phi y in Q from the definition, and basically from this second statement, x less than y in P if and only phi x is less than phi y in Q. We have used second statement here. So x less than y in P implies phi x less than phi y in Q. Now we need to show that there is no other element of Q between phi x and phi y. Then it will be proved that phi x is covered by phi y. Basically, we have to prove that phi x, in third we have to prove that phi x is covered by phi y. So here until now we have shown that phi x is less than phi y. So to show that phi x is covered by phi y, we need to prove that there is no third element of Q between phi x and phi y. So suppose that there exists some element of Q, that is W. There is some element W such that W lies between phi x and phi y. Now we already know that phi is onto map. Therefore, there exists some u belongs to P such that W is equal to phi u, because your phi is from P to Q. If I am taking some element in Q, then there is some pre-image of that element in P. So there exists some u belongs to P such that W is equal to phi. Then by second, x is less than u less than y. So this, but this is a contradiction. Why? Because x is covered by y. If x is covered by y, then there is no other element, third element between x and y. But here we are saying that there is u between x and y. So this is a contradiction, and that means this supposition is wrong. So we are done here. So third thing, what we have to do? Third implies first. That is, we are given this statement: x is covered by y in P if and only phi x is covered by phi y in Q, and we have to show that phi is an order isomorphism using this third statement. So third implies one, that is, given that x is covered by y in P if and only phi x is covered by phi y in Q. We have to show that phi is an order isomorphism. Let x is less than y in P. So when do we say that phi is an order isomorphism? Phi will be an order isomorphism if and only if x is less than y in P implies phi x is less than phi y in Q, and conversely. So let x is less than y in P. So if x is less than y in P, that means there is some other element between x and y. There may be some element between x and y. Then there exist elements x1, x2 like this. So x equal to x naught covered by x1, covered by x2 and so on. So covered by xn, which is y. Then by third, phi x naught is equal to phi x. So if you have this sequence x naught less than covered by x1, covered by x2, this thing you are given, then from this third thing you know that x is covered by y if and only phi x is covered by phi y. So if this is given, that means phi x is equal to phi x naught covered by phi x1 covered by phi x2. So this thing is written here. So from here this implies that phi x is less than phi y. Now now converse we are proving. Now suppose that phi x is less than phi y. We have to prove that x is less than y. Then by using the ontoness of phi, we can easily show that x is less than y. Because phi is 1 1 onto, then phi inverse exists and that is also 1 1 onto. Therefore phi x less than phi y implies that phi inverse of phi x is less than phi inverse of phi y, and this implies that x is less than y. So we have shown that third implies 1. So from these two things, order isomorphism is proved. First, we have shown here that x less than y in P implies phi x is less than phi y, and then conversely, we have shown that if phi x is less than phi y, then x is less than y in P. So hence these three statements given in the lemma are equivalent. You can take any of the statement, they have equal meaning. Next is duality. Let rho be a relation defined on a set X. Then converse of rho is defined by this. The converse of the relation we are defining. The converse of rho is defined by A is related to B with respect to this relation. The converse of rho if and only if B is related to A. Here we are saying A is related to B with respect to this rho bar if and only if B is related to A with respect to rho. So here we are saying rho bar is converse of rho, or and converse also rho is the converse of rho bar. So next is duality principle. If a set X forms a partially ordered set under a relation rho, then X forms a partially ordered set under its converse also. So this is called duality principle. So from the duality principle, whatever the result you know for partially ordered sets, they are also true for their dual cosets. So dual of a partially ordered set is called dual coset. So let us prove this duality principle. So given that X rho is a partially ordered set, and we have to prove that its dual, that is X rho bar is a poset. Basically, we should write X bar rho bar, but X bar is same as X. The elements of dual posets, they do not change. The elements of dual partially ordered set, they are same as the elements of X. So X is same. Only difference is the relation. Relation is converse of rho. The set X is same. So we have to prove that X with respect to rho bar is a partially ordered set. So these three things we have to prove: reflexivity, antisymmetry, and transitivity. So first check reflexivity. Reflexivity means every element is related to itself. So A is related to A with respect to rho bar for every A belong to X, as A is related to A, reflexivity with respect to rho is given to you, because you are already given that X rho is a poset. So A is related to A with respect to rho. This is given. So if I am just replacing this A here and this A here, then also this will be the same. So from the definition of this dual relation, A is related to B with respect to rho bar if and only if B is related to A. But if A and B are same, then both the sides are same. So that thing is here. Reflexivity, antisymmetry. Let A is related to B and B is related to A with respect to rho bar. Then from here, B is related to A with respect to rho, and A is related to B with respect to rho. And if B is related to A is related to B, that means A is equal to B by using antisymmetry in X with respect to rho. So from here, antisymmetry is true. Next is transitivity. So let A, B, C are three elements, and A is related to B is related to C with respect to rho bar. So if A is related to B with respect to rho bar, that means B is related to A with respect to rho, and here C is related to B with respect to rho. So C is related to B and B is related to A. Then transitivity in X rho is given to you. So using that, you can say that C is related to A by that transitivity. So C is related to A implies that A is related to C with respect to rho bar. So rho bar is transitive also. So we have proved here all the three conditions to be a partially ordered set: reflexivity, antisymmetry, and transitivity. And hence X rho bar is a partially ordered set. So we can say that dual of a partially ordered set is a partially ordered set. Now let X row be a poset, then poset rho bar X bar. So this thing is the same which I was telling you, that why we took X here, we did not take X bar. Basically X bar and X, they are same. So note that the members of X bar are same as of X, only the relation changes. The diagram of the dual is got by turning the diagram of the original poset upside down. If you just reverse that hash diagram, then the resulting diagram will be of the dual poset. If a poset X is isomorphic to itself, isomorphic to its dual X bar, that is X is isomorphic to X bar, then X is called self dual. Let us see these examples. Let X is a non-empty set, then power set of X under this inclusion relation is self-dual. That is, it is isomorphic to its dual. So we have to prove that rho X and uh, this rho X bar, they are isomorphic. That means we have to consider a map from rho X to rho X bar. And then we have to prove that it is 1, 1, on 2, and either order isomorphism also. So first we have defined this function f from rho X to rho X bar such that f of A is equal to X minus A. So because here you have power set of X, and in this so f will be the converse basically. So if I'm taking here the in rho X, in this power set, if you are taking the subsets, then the rho X bar, you will be having the basically the complements. So X minus A, that's why you can understood like that. So f is 1 1. So we have to show that f is 1 1. Let f a is equal to fb, then this implies that x minus a is equal to x minus b. This implies that a is equal to b, and ontoness of f is easy to observe. Now let a is contained in b. So now we are coming to the that order isomorphism. So let a is related to b in rho x. So relation is contained in. So let a is contained in b in rho x. So a is contained in b if and only if x minus a contains x minus b in rho X bar. If and only if fa is contains fb in rho X bar, therefore f from rho X to rho X bar is a bijective map which preserves the order also, and hence this rho X contained in this partially ordered set is isomorphic to rho X bar and the inclusion relation. So this is a self-dual coset. Next is this second example. Here you are given this partially ordered set with 4 elements, 2, 3, 4, 6 of non-trivial factors of 12, and the relation is divisibility. So this is a self-dual coset. Let's check. So define a map f from x to x bar such that fx is equal to 12 upon x. So f is clearly 1, 1 onto map, and now that check the order isomorphism. So a is less than equal to b in x if and only if a divides b, if and only if b is equal to k into a for some k, if and only if 12 upon, because b is equal to ka, so if and only if 12 upon b is equal to 12 upon k, so that is true. If and only if k, just bring this k this side, so k into 12 upon b is equal to 12 upon a, that means 12 upon a is a multiple of 12 upon b, if and only if fa is related to fb in x bar. So dual of divides. Here the relation was divisibility. So its dual relation will be a multiple of. So here we have shown that A is related to B in X. That means the divisibility is given. And from that divisibility, we have proved here that 12 upon A is a multiple of 12 upon B. That is the converse of that relation. So FA is related to FB in X bar, and hence they are isomorphic. Next is example is chain. The chain n of natural numbers under usual less than equal to is not self-dual, so that you can easily check that the chain of natural numbers, that is unending chain who do not have any endpoint. So it is not self-dual coset. You cannot find a function like that in that chain. Next is dually isomorphism. So dually isomorphic, two posets are said to be dually isomorphic if and only if one is isomorphic to the dual of the other. So let us see this example. Here you are given two sets, this S with these elements 0 and up to 1 upon n, then and so on, 1 upon n minus 1, and so on up to 1 upon 3, 1 upon 2, 1. So this set is given and the relation is less than equal to, and another set is T here, this set, and the relation is less than equal to. We have to show that they are dually isomorphic chains. So they are basically the chains under the user less than equal to relation. We have to show that they are dually isomorphic chains. So for that we have to define a map F from S bar to T. So define a map F from S bar to T such that F0 is 1, map 0 element to 1 element, and all the other elements of type 1 upon n plus 1 to n upon n plus 1 from n is equal to 0, 2, 3 and so on. So F is 1, 1 on 2. This is easy to prove. You can do that. Next is order isomorphism. So let 1 upon n plus 1 is less than equal to 1 upon n plus 1 in S bar, or you can say 1 upon n plus 1 is greater than equal to 1 upon n plus 1 in S bar. So if and only if 1 upon n plus 1 is less than equal to m plus 1, if and only if n is less than equal to m, if and only if n plus nm will be less than equal to n plus nm, just adding n m both the sides. If and only if n upon n plus 1, just take n common here and m common here, then you will get this n upon n plus 1 is less than equal to m upon n plus 1, if and only f of 1 upon n plus 1. So f of 1 upon n plus 1 is n upon n plus 1. So this is f of 1 upon n plus 1 less than equal to f of 1 upon n plus 1 in T. So this order isomorphism is also proved, and hence T is isomorphic to S bar, the dual of S. So they are isomorphic. Next is this result, and it says that order isomorphism implies identical hash diagrams. If you have two partially ordered sets and they are order isomorphic, then their hash diagrams will be identical. So two finite ordered sets P and Q are order isomorphic if and only if they can be drawn with the help of identical diagrams. Let us prove that. Let phi be a map from P to Q. This be order isomorphism. We know that diagram of a poset is determined by the covering relation. Covering relation A is covered by B. That means there is no third element between A and B of that poset. So if we are drawing a hash diagram of a poset, then that diagram is determined by the covering relation. So if you do not know the covering relation, then you cannot make that diagram. So we know that diagram of a poset is determined by the covering relation, and from the previous result that result that we have already proved, three statements 1, 2, 3, and we proved that all those three statements are equivalent. So one implies three. In first, what did you have? In first you have that f is an order isomorphism, and in third you have that x is covered by y if and only if phi x is covered by phi y. So that thing we are using. So from the previous result, 1 implies 3, that is x is covered by y in P if and only phi x is covered by phi y in Q. So from this what we are getting here, this is a covering relation in P, and we are saying that this is true if and only if this phi x is covered by phi y in Q. So that means the covering relation here is true if and only if this covering relation in Q is true. So that means the diagram will be having the same shapes both the sides, because diagram is governed by this relation. So hence P and Q both have the same diagrams. Conversely, suppose that P and Q both are represented by the same hash diagram D. P is represented by hash diagram D and Q is also represented by the same diagram D. Then there exists bijective map F from P onto D, and there exists a bijective map G from Q onto D. So F from P to D and G from Q onto D. So if this function F is onto, that means F inverse exists, and that is 1, 1, 2. Similarly for G. So G inverse from D to Q is onto. So we can define this function phi G inverse composite F. So G inverse composite F means this is a function which is taking the element of P to Q, because F is taking the element from P to D, then G inverse is taking element from D to Q. There, and it satisfies the condition 3 in the previous result. So therefore, phi is an order isomorphism, and hence we have proved this converse also. So you know this important result: if two partially ordered sets are order isomorphic, then they have the same diagram. Let us see this example. You have to draw the diagram of a partially ordered set of vectors of 20 under divisibility, and then show that it is same as that of the product of two chains with the 3 elements and 2 elements. So what you have to write, you can write 20 as the product of prime powers, that is 2 to the power 2 into 5 to the power 1. Number of factors of 20 will be 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, that is 6. And all the factors are 2 to the power alpha into 5 to the power beta, where alpha can take value, these three values 0, 1, 2, and beta can take value 0 and 1. So if I write all these alpha and beta values, then the 6 factors will be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. So let us see the diagram of this coset. So the relation is divisibility. So this will be your least element, this 1 here, the lowest point. Then 1 divides 2, 2 divides 4, 1 divides 5, 5 divides 10, 2 also divides 10, and 10 divides 20, 4 also divides 20. So like this we have represented this hash diagram. In these brackets we have just represented this form of factors in this form, 2 to the power alpha into 5 to the power beta form. Now consider the two chains. First chain C1 with these 3 elements 0, 1, 2, because alpha was having 3 values 0, 1, 2. So from that we are taking first chain, and C2 means the values of beta 0 and 1. So C2 is this chain 0 and 1, and in both the chains you have usual less than equal to relation. So the product of these two chains will be this Cartesian product, that means the ordered pairs. So 0, 0, 0, 1, then 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2. So these are the 6 elements. Now, and it would also have the same diagram. Let us see. So this is 0, 0 element. So, and this is 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 2, 1. So how we are making this diagram? What is the relation in this? So basically this here you can see that the relation is that this element is less than equal, this is related to 1, 0. Why? Because the one of the component is same, and this first component, this is less than 1. So this is the lower point and this is the higher point. And here you can see that the second component is same. So this, and but this first component is less and this is greater. So this 1, 0 will be the lower point and 2, 0 will be the higher point. So in this type of relation is defined in this. So we can say that these two cosets have the same diagram, and in other words we can say that they are isomorphic. That means the coset which was given, this coset basically the factors of 20 under divisibility, and this another coset which is the product of two chains. So they are order isomorphic. You can easily find order isomorphism between these two functions. So basically they have same diagrams. So here this is this, in that diagram this element is your 0 0, and this element is your 1 0, this was 2 0, this was 2 1, this is 1 1, and this is 0 1. So in this way you can easily find a map between these two posets. So they are order isomorphic and they have same diagram from the previous theorem. So in my next video, we are going to see the product of two posets, how do we define product of two posets, and check whether the product of two posets is a poset or not, and then some results on that. So in today's lecture, you have seen the order isomorphism, the different examples, and then the equivalent statements, three statements which we have proved between the order isomorphism, the relation, and the covering relation. Those three statements we had proved that they were equivalent, and then Hess diagram with the help of order isomorphism, we have proved that if the two posets are order isomorphic, then their Hess diagrams are same. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.